Hello and welcome. Friday evening. It's been a while. Even the last Friday evening stream was on Thursday. So, travels and everything. We already had a stream this week, but yeah, there we are. So let me quickly check how we're doing on actually being live. That looks promising. Okay, cool. I have a little disclosure for everyone who's on LinkedIn. I might not see your comments and messages. So, please please join us on Twitch or YouTube, the AI Boardroom. Find it on my LinkedIn profile. So we will have kind of a two-part stream. We will start with some news, like you've seen in the description, and then after we get through the news section, some things I've seen and found interesting with a big Copilot blog today to at least have a look, because I want to point out a bit of Microsoft's messaging and stuff. So yeah. And then we will finish up LinkedIn and finish the AI Boardroom stream, because then the business part is over. And then we will go over on Twitch and my private YouTube channel to go through concepts and maybe try windsurf today. We'll see. That being said, let's quickly start with Model Context Protocol. This one was, I find, kind of interesting. So what Anthropic did here was they presented a new protocol, as the name suggests. And this protocol is kind of interesting. It tries to introduce a standard how to integrate tooling into AI solutions. What does this mean? So what they did basically is they brought up this thing, Model Context Protocol, gave it a name, and they gave it a lot of specification in GitHub, and they gave it a project structure and how to build this stuff. And then they have this repository here called servers, where they basically said, hey, this is what we already have, which you can integrate. You can and you can build your own stuff, and there's still things to come. So I had set this up. It wasn't it's not that simple, but you need first of all the Claude app, which I think I can share my screen. There we go. So you need the Claude app, and if you add a configuration to your Claude app, I'm not sure how this works on Windows, so I'm sorry for that, but you find a new button here in the top, in the bottom right of the input field, and this button shows you basically what you have in here, and that's kind of interesting. So I've added Brave Search, which is just like a search engine, and they have an API, and they also have the Brave Search here. They have a server for that, and additionally to that, I also added file handling, which is basically locally on my machine, gives the option to handle files, to create files in a directory. Let me quickly check if I can bring this up. open recent. Open. So just so. Oh, why is the screen not there anymore? Am I still streaming? Let me try again. I lost my screen share. Why is that? Ah, there we go. Okay. Then we need this to be here. Stream. Model context protocol. Okay. So, of course, I already tested it and created here a file. But let's just do it live. So. What actually happened was we created a configuration file. We put this configuration file into the application folder where all the files for this Claude desktop app are. It recognizes this config because it has a specific naming, and then we went over and said, okay, these are the tools that you should integrate, and now you have these tools actually accessible to the Claude desktop app, which means like I can say like research everything you can find on the Microsoft Ignite 2024 and save it to a summary file on my computer. So, and if I now say, hey, go ahead, it then starts querying and checks the tools. And now I can, for this chat, it's a bit annoying, you have to do this for every chat. You can say, hey, allow for this chat. And then it goes ahead, uses the tool, queries whatever you asked for in this Microsoft Ignite, in our case here. And then I allow it to check my file system directory, and I allow to create a directory and a file, I guess, which will be, yeah. So, and this basically extends the normal chat of Claude to a completely new dimension, which is like I can now create files on my local machine. And in the configuration, I set up which folder he's allowed to use. And now we have here, even inside the folder, he created a new folder with the Ignite summary. And we can have a look at it. And here is basically what he found with the search as a file on my PC. The beauty of it is you can now actually use that and create your own servers and integrate your own APIs, and then you can use the standard Claude app with the tooling, and it's a lot more like accessible than, for example, like deploying your own API with an open API standard description and then post this into a GPT and stuff. Here you set up a Python project, you integrate all that, you want to integrate, and you're good to go. And that's kind of nuts if you think about it, especially because you can create files. So I could also create basically like Python files, which I can then execute and stuff. I think I could even like let it execute files and have some version of computer use without the screenshot part. So yeah, this is kind of really interesting, and I found it actually being a cool idea. Like what does this mean in general? Like they want to introduce a standard, so that means this whole thing is open source, and you can now integrate this in the Claude desktop app. But you could also think about like if you have your own AI application, you could basically say, okay, I implement the standard, this MCP standard, And if you've done this, you then are able to actually just integrate other MCP servers, which also comply to the standard, and can integrate external tools into your application by using the tool use functionality. So I find it at least an interesting idea, because right now everyone's doing whatever they come up with and hard coding stuff into their applications. And if you think about how integrated the world is on the web is, especially if you're like on the Google side, where you have basically each application integrating with each application and third-party integrations, API, REST services, webhooks, whatever, it kind of goes into the same direction where we say, hey, we have some standard which we comply to, which then allows us for like cross-functional integration of stuff. And yeah, I really like this. They also showed some adaptations that are already on the way. Haven't used it yet, but really interesting idea at least, and something that's worth noting or mentioning. Okay, that's MCP. Like I said, we just added a configuration. Now this has tools that can use. These are the tool usages. You can like just see what it does or what it did. And in this case, we just randomly researched something and saved a file to my computer, which I can now read and use. And you can build your own MCP servers and go along with that. So for everyone that that has at least remotely knowledge about how to set up a new file inside of application folder, you basically are able to extend your Claude app to use that. And for every developer out there, you can build your own servers, integrate your own applications with the Claude chat app, desktop app, natively basically. And I find it interesting. Would be interesting to see what happens if you basically say, hey, I have like 100 tools. Is it then still able to figure out the right ones to use, or will it be like, what is like if I have different marketing tools from different providers, which one to choose and stuff? So there is still some questions, but in general, like just giving an external app access to my file system and access to create files, create research results. I actually thought about like just to integrate the API of my like bookkeeping software, where I can like upload the whatever document I just have to, like an invoice. I have the invoice. I just upload it to Claude, and Claude directly creates the corresponding data set in my bookkeeping software, stuff like that. So you see, like you're basically free to do whatever you need, and it's it's cool. I use Claude all the time, so for me, the use cases are even more attractive, because it's where I'm at anyway, because I use Claude a lot. So having the option to put in my own tools, it's really awesome. And have a look, try it out, and I'm pretty sure there is some use case for everyone here. And even if it's something like this, like having it research a topic, create a file on my PC, which I can then like maybe not directly send out, but at least work with, and don't have to copy stuff around. Found it really interesting. Okay, cool. That being said, let's hop to the next. Let me quickly switch the screen share, because we need audio for that. Play screen sharing, Chrome tab. There we go. Okay. One thing I found actually highly interesting was this one. Nvidia created a new model which produces audio files. And this is like using text and audio as inputs to generate a new generative AI model from Nvidia can create any combination of music, voices, and sound. And when they say any combination, they mean any combination. So we will have a look at this in a second. But I think they have some. It wasn't here. They had basically like. A table showing like that this one model does basically everything that all the other models do that produce some kind of audio. But yeah, okay, then like let's just jump into the actual video and yeah, have a look. I hope that you get the voice. I have to check this. Where can we... Okay, so
instructing Fugato is the latest generative AI breakthrough from Nvidia. This new allows you to create speech and music from text and audio inputs. You can go to create unexpected sound effects, where familiar sounds take on surprising new qualities and invoke new experiences.
So that, I think that in and of itself is already impressive. And also, I hope you can get the quality.
Or direct immersive and really shifting soundscapes for film or audio productions.
Thinking about like how often I searched for sound and I couldn't find it in the library, just being able to create it. I think like that's actually awesome.
Instructing Fugato to extract audio elements from a sound clip, such as isolating a voice track in a piece of music, is just as easy.
So that's the input audio. Now they just isolated the voice.
Fugato also allows you to generate new speech samples.
To make this possible.
Kids are talking by the door.
And if you want a different delivery, Fugato can do that too.
Kids are talking by the door.
Kids are talking by the door.
Fugato also lets musicians experiment with existing audio by adding new instruments. Or completely changing the style of a melody they wrote.
And this is all one model.
You can also dream up unusual instrument combinations like this. Or explore entirely new realms, producing sounds that bring creative concepts to life. Fugato is a groundbreaking foundation model that gives you sonic superpowers, opening up new possibilities for creativity and production.
Yeah, well, I've personally found this so impressive that I had to give it a shot. And actually, yeah, I was blown away that we can just like, and the thing is, this is a 2.8 billion parameter model, which is fairly small. Like, it's not like, it won't, I'm not sure if maybe it will even run unquantized on your iPhone, for example. But think about what it could do. Like, yeah, it's actually, I find it, I have a sweet spot for sound, just like from my history. And isolating tracks from like a mixed, from a mix was like a horrible experience back in the day. Talking about the business use. So I think, like, in general, for all the creatives, like being able to just generate sounds or even compose new stuff with existing audio, that is actually really powerful for marketing purposes. Like think about like what you need to do today to get to even like a simple track or some melody or some vocals, for example. If you can't sing yourself or you don't have anyone at your disposal that can, but you have a cool beat and you want to have some voice or speaking voice or something like generated at a small budget. Of course, it's not perfect, but honestly, for 2.8 million, you can 2.5 million billion parameters, you can run this locally on your own in your own like system. So I think that's actually powerful to use. I think it doesn't say when it's available, right? They trained it like on 32 Nvidia H100, which I found not even like that huge, right? Like if you think how much compute goes into training ChatGPT or Grok or something, Elon Musk just like deployed 100,000 GPUs. So that's I find this amazing development because if you have a sound voice, if I say car and I say it 3 times, the sound wave looks like you have 3 different sound waves. They don't look the same. They have similarities, but they're not the same. So like constructing, reconstructing, and just enabling sound, I found it pretty interesting. I also I thought if these models get like fast enough, you can basically take your voice from your telephone and just like reprocess it through an AI in real time if it gets fast enough, to then just put out a new like synthetic version of what you said, but in a clean HD voice, because I don't know how much you called people on like a regular phone lately, but it's still a fairly narrow band with a lot of losses and still like sounds like garbage, even if you talk through LTE or 5G. Definitely something to keep an eye on. And as soon as it's available, I'll definitely will try it out. This should easily run on my computer. And and then we maybe try some use cases. Next on the list, Microsoft Ignite. I found that Microsoft has like a 90-second roundup of the key highlights. So I'll just play this video too, and then we'll go through what I think about it.
Welcome to Ignite. Today I want to focus on AI as it drives growth in business. It improves efficiency, it improves operating leverage. We are building out 3 platforms: Copilot, Copilot devices, and Copilot and AI stack. I want to talk about something that we are prioritizing above all else, that is security. And today, I'm really excited to announce our zero-day quest. Copilot is the UI for AI. Over the past year, we've seen incredible momentum. What Lean did for manufacturing, AI will do for knowledge work. It's all about increasing value and reducing waste. Today, I'm really excited to announce Copilot Actions. You can use Copilot to reduce the amount of time you spend on repetitive, everyday tasks. We're also giving you the ability to easily create your own Copilot agents using Copilot Studio. I'm really thrilled to announce Windows 365 Link. You can see it right here. We're building out a first-class app server for the AI age, announcing Azure AI Foundry. Our mission is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more, one community and one country at a time.
Everyone will achieve anything. Some would say a typical Microsoft demo. Let me quickly pull up the Microsoft Ignite website. So as Satya just told, they have different stuff, and I found a lot of it kind of interesting. One thing I noticed, I also went to a Microsoft-dominated event in the beginning of the month in Vienna, and I noticed I was on the same event last year, and Microsoft already was there with AI, and they showed AI task forces and stuff. But they showed mildly interesting things, and they didn't follow it up in the actual deep dive sessions. You go into the deep dive sessions, you see basically all their tooling and everything is still pretty rough and everything. If you don't know, they present you a lot of tooling, but if you don't know how to work with AI in the first place, you basically lost there with the tooling instead of just being lost. This was. And the whole wording, the whole marketing was around hey, look what AI will do, basically everything in Copilot, and Copilot your UI for AI and stuff. The last part didn't change. What changed, I think, is their approach of seeing this as a stack, putting a lot of emphasis in tooling, which I found really, really interesting. Because one thing that I wish Copilot would do more is being proactive or being even autonomous, and being able to do stuff with me just giving some input. And it does finally get sufficient tooling to get there. One thing for us in Germany, it's still a bit annoying, at least as far as I've seen, the German versions of everything are still lacking or just plain not available. So if you're watching from Germany, we are still a bit out of luck. Also, what they showed on the last event I went to in Business Central, it's we get the stuff in April. If you want to test it out from January, you can just set up a US sandbox and then you can test it in there. But if you're not on the German version, you're basically out of luck. So that being said, I found two parts actually really interesting, and I'm not sure if they are in here. But what I found really interesting was first Copilot agents, where Microsoft actually goes ahead and shows how they allow you to build up agents, and that's also pretty interesting, they have out-of-the-box agents. So first of all, they added basically a built-in RAG solution into SharePoint. So you on every SharePoint site, you can basically chat with all the documents in there, which is kind of neat, saves you a lot of time. Then you have pre-built stuff. I think this is linked. Can I find it here? They have pre-built stuff that they tested out for. I think they built it with McKinsey. I'm not sure about this. But the really important thing is now we can build our own agents and build these agents with. Can I find it somewhere? And can build this agent basically with autonomous triggers. So maybe it's also the wrong part of the video. And then you integrate them. You can use them now in a way where they are just looking at triggers, looking at contents, reacting to them, preparing stuff. And Business Central Microsoft had a really good solution of human in the loop. So I kind of don't find the actual parts. And what they also showed was this. I think that's the slide here. No. there we go. Third-party agents. So that they already have like third-party agents where stuff is integrated. So you can have, we talked about an integration with the MCP by Claude. Basically, we have here the same thing where Microsoft says, hey, we have this Copilot Studio. You can now integrate different sources properly and basically out of the box through Copilot Studio. And then you link them together and you can offer them to your customers directly so they can integrate them into their workflows with your existing apps, LinkedIn, Workday, ServiceNow, Adobe, a lot of really interesting things. They also improved existing Copilots in Excel and PowerPoint, but as we are here about like building stuff for out for your company and for your specific needs, I think Copilot Studio is what it's really interesting. Another thing that I found actually really interesting, I'm not sure, is it that? No, that's performance. Is they announced basically inside their AI stack, they have a lot of security and emphasis, and they had this for a long time. But one thing I found really interesting was they had something, I think they called it Copilot Analytics. Copilot Analytics. Yeah. Where you can actually measure impact on your business. And that's something I definitely will check out really, really soon, because these systems will need setup. They will need configuration. You have to get your copilots and their effect, and you have to somehow get metrics onto that can feed into the analytics tool. But then you have actual business value representation. Means it's not only showing you what tokens you spend and stuff. It's actually trying to get you some insights into the business value the usage of AI has generated. Like, how much time did we save? How much did our sales improve? How much did our marketing campaigns improve? How much did productivity improve? Like these kinds of things. And I this one I found really interesting, because you basically we now like a lot of companies have this need now to track their carbon footprint. There's a lot of emphasis on solutions around that, and it's really, really cool to then kind of get into the nitty-gritty parts and tag any articles you say you sell, but also that you buy with a CO2 or with an environmental footprint. It's not only CO2, and then you kind of through your whole supply chain try to measure what is the footprint your company has and the companies of your company have. And and basically now you have this Copilot Analytics thing where Microsoft says, hey, you can do the same here, but we measure all these things that we just had kind of a feeling to it. Now we give you a tool to actually put in the metrics and measure your actual productivity gain. And I found this is like really, really, really interesting. I will have a look. We might have a look together live on stream. We'll see about that. But yeah, that's actually one of the coolest things. And another thing is, like, I think it's shown right in the beginning somewhere, was Copilot Actions. Let me quickly have a look if I can. It shows like, hey, Vodafone saves 3 hours per person per week, and they handle 45 million customer engagements through their chat. I'm not sure if Vodafone, like, I think Vodafone forces you into the chat, so I don't trust statistics you didn't come up yourself with. So kind of have struggling to find, is this the same? Like this is a keynote that I'm referring to. He was showing Copilot actions pretty far in the beginning. Outlook Copilot, that's not for us today. Copilot actions, there we go. So regain focus and time and simplify your workday. And they had like a really interesting thing. So you basically build up a message. You can reference different people from your team or complete teams. You can say what actions you want to do and how to react to those actions and when this should be done. And then you can basically save this action, because if it's a repeatable task, you just like, you can redo it, you can even schedule it, which I find really interesting. So in the end, it takes in your prompt, basically, like your what is it that you want to do. It prepares then basically a pipeline for you of things to do and message to draft, send messages to them, send a reminder one day before, and send a summary over email. So that, like, from the first message, he then derived the single steps to execute, and then you basically can execute it in Teams, and the Copilot action actually does all the steps you would have done manually before. I found it really interesting, and something maybe even like not tech savvy users are going to like and going to use. All depends on how well it is integrated, how well it is functioning. Of course, we don't know this yet, or at least I don't know it yet. I think I have some LinkedIn contacts that are actually already playing with that stuff, but it's not me. I don't have access yet to these, but I find these solutions are like one of the higher degree of usefulness while not being too complicated, and I think that's actually interesting. Yeah, I just seen that Svetlana. Can show you a message here. Yeah, I can. Sustainability of AI is an emerging field. Good to say. Azure coming up with tools of for their clients to leverage. Yeah. That's what I meant. Like, don't just tell people AI is useful, but no, give them the tools to actually measure it. I find it highly interesting. Okay, so Copilot actions, and then I think. Do we have Copilot agents? Yeah. These are the agents basically that I talked about there that are pre-built. They have the facilitator agent, project manager, employee self-service, SharePoint agents. These are the ones that we talked about in the beginning. So a lot of stuff, a lot of useful stuff, to be honest. And it's also, I find it kind of funny that we have these like project manager agent, because I think it was last year in summer, I got into a new project, and this project basically was really, really struggling because people weren't talking properly with each other. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice to have an AI basically collecting all the informations, knowing all the details of all the documents, because we had like 100 files with several pages of protocols that were already like piled up, and nobody basically reads anything of it. Or even like, you don't even have the time. Like, I was new to the project. I was thrown in like on the last third basically. And we were sitting, and I was sitting there like, what should I do with all these protocols? Like, we had documents like 160 pages of concept, which was awful. And then but Copilot was already there, and they already were like pushing it. And I thought, okay, this is the kind of solution I wouldn't even attempt to build, because, and now I see it, project manager agent, it's like perfectly suited for Copilot, because it has your graph access, and it has a lot of it. So it knows all your files. It knows the files, like, while still keeping an eye on your right structure and stuff, and what do you even allow to have access to. So this is like really, really, really like the perfect example, because you have all these files, you have an Excel with the budgets in there, you have all the documentation, protocols of meetings and stuff. You have everything in there. So like this is the perfect space to be in if you want to do something like a project management AI. And yeah, I'm actually not exactly sure what this will be capable of, but like I said, for me it was like a no-brainer to and not even like a no-brainer to do this, but also to not attempt it, because it's well suited for some company like Microsoft with all their integrations, with all their access, to just be in there and deliver the project management and controlling agents of your dreams. Okay. And Jesse, sorry, I also seen you have written like back then with the MCP stuff about the Ignite summary. I'm not sure if you mean that the summary is great, because you not really could you read it in like this scroll through that I had. Nevertheless, the general idea of being able just to create a summary of basically whatever you can search for, was really, really cool. Okay, I would love to also like have a peek into the Copilot Studio, but I'm not sure if it's shown here actually. There we go, Copilot Studio. That one I've seen a bit more. I've had in-depth sessions for the Copilot Studio in Vienna. I had mixed feelings. So first of all, Microsoft's whole wording, that's what I want to emphasize, is a lot better. It's not like AI will do everything for you, like no questions asked. But they are more like, hey, here's sufficient tooling, here's testing environments, here's stuff. Like you can now not only like use it, but also like build on it, build with sufficient tooling. And that is awesome, because that's what I was lacking in the Copilot realm as a whole, because like you could integrate stuff deeper with external tooling and stuff before, but now they kind of open up the right paths to do so. And I found it really, really interesting. Like Copilot Studio still is kind of the Copilot version of the GPTs from ChatGPT, but with all the access to your business data. But now they also opened this integration of Power Automate, for example, so that you can build more complex flows in there. And that's what I preach. Like you have to get some multi-step prompting and things into their systems to get stuff like re-ranking, for example. Like I'm always when I try to get re-ranking into my RAG applications, which means that I retrieve the documents that fit to the request, and then I'll look at the documents I found and like do a re-rank and look at each document which might fit best, and try to figure that out, because the best match mathematically based on the embeddings might not be the best match for that request. So it's kind of really helpful to being able to build more complex pipelines, and Microsoft's now opening up the systems in the right way. Because one thing I'm still not sure on this, but Microsoft does this like you don't need to code to build applications thing for a long time now. But the people using Power Automate, Power Apps, for example, or Power BI, are still the service providers. Like Microsoft's whole idea of, like, I think back in the day they called it like citizen developer. I think in 2019, 2020, I was on several Microsoft events where I heard the term. it never went through. And why is that? Because like if you build any sort of app, and you can with Copilot build an app in 5 minutes, but as soon as you get to some resistance, you need to understand the underlying logic and the logical thinking of building applications. You can't take this away. You can't abstract this away. And you can make access easy, but you still need people that understand actual like how this stuff works. And I feel with AI, it will be the same, because if you think about it, we now the access is not only logic, but the access is like language. So even especially the guys that like relied on logic, like us programmers, we struggle a lot with AI to get it to a place where even we understand what it does in the first place, and also to get it to be reliable, because we're not actually experts in ambiguity of language. And also we think fairly linear, while I try to teach everyone to not think linear in terms of AI applications, because stuff gets a bit different, a bit can even at times get a bit messy. So yeah. That being said, I like that for people who actually can build stuff with AI, having more sufficient tooling that then is like neatly integrated into the Microsoft environment, I think that's a big deal, because you have your customers maybe already, and there is so many companies, they're doing SharePoint, they're doing Teams and Office, Microsoft 365, and now they have Copilot Studio and can bring AI to good use and to like more complex use cases that are more tailored to the needs of your customer, of your clients. And this like opens up the combination of like being able to integrate things like fairly easily, because you are in your Microsoft environment, combined with your knowledge and your skill set of building AI applications. And a lot of the technicalities you have to deal with when you build this like all manually yourself is just abstracted away. You can focus on building the application. And I think that's really neat. That's, for example, also something I like with the Swarms library of OpenAI, where they said, hey, you want to build agent systems? You can't hear me. Okay. That's I have the LinkedIn stream and it sounds fine, honestly. Okay. So yeah, sorry if you have audio problems. I shouldn't be the case, but yeah. But I've finished this section now. Okay, thank you, Blackstone River Workshop. For your assurance. I stream to 4 channels at the same time, so I don't have them all open. But okay, Svetlana fixed it. Nice. Okay, thanks. Okay, just to close it off. So I like what they do with the Copilot Studio, because it gives you access to your Microsoft environment, which has, for a lot of companies, all of your data and all of your right structures and everything already set up. And you can now combine it with sufficient AI pipelines that can do more than just simple RAG solutions. Then they enable all integrations, third-party integrations coming in. You can like rely on Microsoft pushing this really hard with their partners. So yeah, you will have all your tooling. You can all integrate it with Copilot that flows all into Teams. I know not everyone likes Teams. I myself do. And having easy access to that, yeah, just enables a lot of people build great stuff with AI. And I think that's important. We all have to try to build great stuff with AI so people adopt it better and don't think it's it's a scam or something because it's not. It's actually fairly useful, and the sooner we get this whole agent theme going inside of real companies with real use cases tailored to their specific needs, we will have a big win on our side, and we will get the whole industry a lot closer to getting into an AI future, and hopefully reduce annoying work for the other people that, yeah. I simply hate to know that we have people that's sitting like 8 hours a day using their precious resource, which is their brain, to upload files. Like, we can do better, I think, and I hope AI brings us to that future where we can, actually do the creative parts, the interesting parts, the hard parts. If you think about accounting, you have hard cases. AI will still take it needs to take a long way and a windy road to get to a point where it can do the really complex cases. Right now, it's even struggling with mildly complex cases. I think the mildly complex stuff will be solved next year with agents, but like the real complex stuff, I know accountants and they like the complex stuff, and to solve it, for them it's like puzzles, like Sudoku or something. So I think that's actually something to look forward, and also for all the employees. Like, it's not about getting rid of you or your jobs or something. It's about getting stuff done, so you can focus on actual value creation, which, at least to me, and I know for a lot of other people, is more fun than doing annoying, boring work. So yeah, I think we'll leave it with that. And this was our section about some news which I collected. There is so much more that happened the last week. Like, we have reasoning models in open source that at least try to match what O1 can do, but while being not as big and heavy, a lot cheaper on the API side. There is so much stuff happening. Lots more to talk. I will try to do more streams a week, and hope I can get you up to speed. And I promised an announcement. So on Monday or Tuesday, still in the open, I will launch a new community. So because I figured out I talk a lot about AI, I talked a lot to people, and there's, I think, a lot of stuff that I can share with all of you that would help you to, like I just said, bring AI to the masses. And so I would love to, open a new community. For now, it will be for free. I'm not sure how it will be in the future, but for now, it will be free access, and for everyone who's in there, it will stay free. And I'll create a post. I'll show the community in a video. Still some finishing touches here and there. The first course, I also will launch courses there, and you can do like the AI courses. The first course will launch maybe around Christmas, latest in January, and we'll handle the whole notion of we need to find use cases, because I think there is a paradigm we can apply which helps us understand the whole thing better. And then at least that's what experience shows, is like people find use cases fairly quickly. Svetlana is also here, at least on the LinkedIn chat. I think she will be part of that too. So you're welcome. On next week we will get a new podcast episode ready. So get ready for that either. So a lot of stuff coming. I'll try to make this a busy Christmas time for me and an informative Christmas time for you. So let's get AI ready before the holidays, and then we can finish out the year by just knowing a lot more about this whole new topic. I will now finish off the streams for all the LinkedIn viewers and the AI boardroom viewers. So I don't know why I looked there. There is no one but screen. but yeah, thanks for watching. You can please go to Twitch or YouTube to my private channel. I'll post them quickly here. And join us there, but it will get more technical now. So if you're not on the technical stuff, this might be not the best. Might be not the best content, or not the most interesting content. It is, I hope, good, at least good content. We will talk about my agent framework a bit. We will talk about the We will talk about the new coding editors, because like there's like a gazillion of them. And yeah, I hope you have a nice evening. I wish you have a wonderful weekend with your families, wherever you are. And yeah, I'll see you on LinkedIn and AI Boardroom next week. New podcast episode. Stay tuned. And yeah, also check out my LinkedIn, Svetlana's LinkedIn. Then you see the podcast announcement as soon as it's online. So yeah, thank you very much. Have a nice evening, and let's go over to the technical parts. Okay, I think we we lost them. So let's check out. Let's check out some of the coding tools that like they're popping. Well, there's coding tools like left and right, which I found kind of interesting. I don't want to go like I think I might even just make a video about this for how to go about the MCP server creation. If you want to create your own server, I still have to do this, and I don't like to talk about stuff that I not at least tested once because I integrated the standard MCP libraries that are available, or servers that are available, but I wasn't able to. I wasn't able to get to implementing my own API. But I have some use cases that are kind of interesting. Where is our favorite Xconi draw? We talked on stream on. Yeah, there we go. We talked on stream on, was it Monday, Tuesday, something like that, and talked about the agent framework. I was lucky enough to have an actual AI engineer helping out, and yeah, I just have quickly to find the project, and then I think I can show you something. I also have to get music on the stream, right? Maybe we ditch YouTube and keep Twitch only. We can just use Spotify. Sample implementation. I think this is the one. Yes. Okay. Let's quickly close this one to not leak anything. So I don't even have to execute it. So this is like a simple first run. I used the Swarms framework just to try to extract the first derivation of any request. And if we check this out, this is 1st of November. Is that right? No. Oh, that worked well. Here, there we go. So, it doesn't show properly. Like I have this with cursor that it just not it kind of has rendering issues with large JSONs, which I found kind of annoying. Okay, yeah, it's not. Okay, then maybe I have to execute it. So what I Python main.py. So yeah, I tried to implement the framework, and I just wanted to go over how it extracts the actual values and how it creates the first derivation. And because I found it already kind of promising. I think I have here already some prompt. Let me quickly try to. Can I see the prompt? Task enable AI-driven content generation. No, that's the task analysis. You see, like it creates kind of a lot of artifacts. Open externally, maybe we can. Where's the terminal? There. Okay, we're still running. In parallel, I try to find the original prompt I was testing with. Advanced voice mode. Is there an... Okay. Maybe we just tried the normal VS Code because I hadn't had the issue in the normal VS Code. New window, open. No. Open folder, development, AI. Idea frameworks, implementation. There we go. Okay, let's see if Visual Studio actually gets this rendered. Yeah, that's rendering fine. Okay, then we don't have to execute it actually and wait for it because I put in the task, he did an analysis, and then he took basically the implementation. And what I still have to figure out, and that's something that actually is this part here, the artifacts graph. I think this is something that will take a lot of time to get right, because auto-generate a graph and also keep it kind of like performance-wise in some form which is still useful. That will be a challenge. The thing is, the alternative to the artifacts graph would be to load the whole project, which is not feasible at all, or to do a simple RAG implementation, which I don't want to do actually. So yeah. That being said, what I built now was basically this like build up a derivation, like most simple version of the core idea, and like getting the Y and building the first derivation, like this first core. These are basically two separate agents. The one is like just for the extraction, because like it's the iterative derivation extraction agent. And the extraction part is basically extracting the main value of a task and then work from there. And that's what I tried to implement here. And yes, let's just execute it. I need... I tend to now put in a bit more complete descriptions. Why do I do this? Because basically, I found if you describe it too vaguely, then the goals it extract are also really vague, and therefore, yeah, it's not reliable whatsoever, and that's what I tried to get over with. Where is my? No, that's not mentor. There we go. So it was already some weeks ago. We started building a mentor app, and that's basically the general description, which we came up with to put into Cursor, which we can use. That Cursor can work with it. So if I now put this in, you see it started working. And all that you see in gray is basically the background process of the AI doing its job. I hope I have enough money loaded up for all the tokens we spend. But it's mostly using O1 in the first place. So GPT-4o Mini or 4o, which are honestly, I think the costs are actually fair, even in agent usage. So let's see what he comes up with. But you see, he's iterating, and the goal also of this whole system is if you get the extraction part right and the derivation part, all this in between can be done with like a lot smaller models, maybe local models. So the end goal would be I have some Mac Mini is maybe not fast enough, but having a Mac Studio, like if the new one comes, just setting up different, like more complex tasks and let it run. Just let it run without me having to fear that it just uses up like $1 million or something. It will be like I can let it run during the daytime when it's powered by solar anyway, and they also don't use that much energy in the first place, the Apple Silicon machines, and they have a lot of RAM, so you can use like bigger models. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool. And why this is looping so much now is basically due to the fact that I'm not only doing one extraction and then that's it, but like I let it iterate, and also like I have a tool that checks the essence and comes up like, does this fit the goal, and like basically having different opinions and putting them in. But to be honest, it runs quite a bit now, and it wasn't that long last time. So I'll give it some more minutes. Oh yeah, transfer to derivation agent. So okay, seems like he approved. There we had it. I was just seeing it. Okay. Now he's there we go. You just have to I just have to be hostile a bit. So the defined derivation, the fundamental value of this application lies in providing personalized mentorship through AI. So let me first tell you what we put in. Okay, just a second. So this is what we put in. Develop an XJS application that provides users with an AI-based mentor. The mentor evaluates the user's current thoughts against their goals, learning about the user's objectives and preferred mentorship style during an initial setup conversation. The application includes a user interface and an API focusing on voice conversation functionality with a chat as a fallback. So just reading this, honestly, it's not the best description whatsoever. But what I found actually really interesting is like that this is basically the interpretation of the AI, what it learned about the values. I don't even have like a really complex prompt yet, so there's still a lot to achieve in terms of quality. But already, like the fundamental value of this application lies in providing personalized mentorship through AI, tailoring advice and guidance specifically to users' individual goals and personal context. By leveraging AI, it makes expert mentorship accessible to everyone, regardless of their background or current access to human mentors. Transformative vision. The application empowers users to bridge the gap between their current state and their aspirational goals by providing consistent, adaptive guidance that evolves with their needs. It transforms the mentorship paradigm, offering immediate, personalized, and data-driven insights that enhance personal growth and accelerate achievements. So this is exactly what I intended with that app. And I find this really inspiring that we were already in this first simple state able to guide the AI to a point where we actually are able to extract the essence and the value of what that is we're doing. We used a fair bit of tokens for that. I give you that. But yeah. So that part, and that I think is one of the most interesting parts, is actually valuable, and that has to work good, because that the core values is the guiding light for all the agents to run in the right direction. So the idea is to now we give this to the derivation agent, and no, this is the core value transformative vision. Yeah. So and the derivation agent goes ahead and just defines the first derivation of this. I think I'm fairly sure that this needs still a lot of tuning, because all the derivations it creates as of now are not in the right way, and I think we need to have examples. We might even need fine-tuning. The thing is, and I had this a lot while testing this and trying to implement this, these models, if you have any other flow than zero-shot prompting, they kind of fall back to chain of thought thinking, and you give them a task and they kind of feel inclined to just plan out the whole thing step by step, because they were trained so much on it. And I think if I would use O1, it would be even worse. So I actually have to get to go a bit against the training that they received. But yeah, I found this interesting. So the derivation agent came up with something and transferred to the orchestration agent. And with the orchestration agent, that's something I really love about the Swarms library of OpenAI. It just starts asking you questions if it sees fit. Like the orchestration agent now was the derivation output was successfully defined, focusing on core functionality of goal setting and feedback with personalization tailored to user needs. This provides immediate value, helping users, blah, blah, blah. Can you proceed to review or approve further iterations or adjustments if needed? Okay. So I think that's what he saved on task results. So analysis, process modification requests with info. Yeah, here's the implementation plan. Core components, Visual Designer agent. Yeah, okay. He even gets here dependencies library. Okay. So basically, he wants for me now to check the response, or otherwise I would say, okay, I see this fit, and it will go ahead and implement the first version of it until this works. But that's not how far I came. This is basically where we're at the moment. But I already like this, because even if you think this is a complete implementation. Oh, I hate this rendering issue. Why is that? There we go. So even if we have this this is not a big implementation, and that's basically shows me that's where we were going with, right? So like this is also something like you need a CUDA capable GPU and stuff. So this is like a lot of detail that I didn't even think about. Like that's also something the derivation agent shouldn't be thinking too much about. He was like he has to define like product requirements, and then the implementation agent has to figure out these details, right? So how to implement it. But like I said, it's all in development. That stuff I'm pretty confident we can figure out. And but the whole system in of itself, at least from the first iterations, and I had manual testing to go further to also build out applications that are more complex, which like layer up and layer. And I think I got up to layer 3 in my manual testing. And then I actually ran out of messages of Claude 3.5 for the day, so I had to then like move the whole project to Cursor and then use the chat in there, and that was kind of messy. So that's why I didn't go further. But until layer 3, that actually worked pretty well, and I built like layer up and layer up and layer as the whole framework kind of suggests. So yeah, this is where we're at. I'm really hoping, like, I think next week I won't have too much time to work on this, but definitely the week after that, also like going closer to the holidays, like a lot of my customer talks and needs are going into the holidays. So yeah. That being said, I'm really eager to dive deeper into this and to also provide some functional framework which is able to not only create the derivations but also do the implementations, and yeah, work from there. As soon as there is even some remote alpha state, I will open source this and share it with all of you. So yeah, I hope we can work together on this. Yeah, that's that. Let's quickly go to I'll quickly check out YouTube, because man, have I seen my fair share of AI coding tools. So let me quickly check my history. Because one new tool, data button. There we go. So one new tool I found was data button, and this one I didn't even try out. So that's for me not trying stuff out that I didn't test before. Let's say this is I think something in the realm of bolt.new. Or V0, but it's like it's more like build everything. So yeah, let's just try it out. Let's say get started. And if you actually going to use this professionally, it's like $50 a month, which is kind of insane if you ask me. But yeah, last stream we tried to build up a stream helper. So it's already looking kind of fancy. Dark mode, please. What's your LinkedIn profile URL? You need my LinkedIn. That's interesting. But yeah, let's go with that. Where did we hear about YouTube? As always. Welcome. Start building your first app. My app name, let's call this Stream Planner. Your app idea in one sentence. I want AI assisted stream / podcast planning in conversational meta while seeing the plan being created and researched by AI. It's a long sentence, but I think it's okay. A short summary. Let me quickly grab what we had from Bolt.new. Or did I? Yeah, I think I still have one. Yeah. Create a modern. Okay, let's just drop in the big guns here. Collide, plan, OpenAI, structured output, okay, let's see, target audience, content creators. I think make it bigger for you. Hope you can see it properly. I think now it's better, right? So target audience, content creators, UI library, easy mode with shared CN. Yeah, that's good. Main screen size, desktops also fine for now. Or is it? Yeah, it's fine. Default theme, dark theme. High-end app expert. Okay, interesting. Generate. Interesting. Higher and expert is like one of the two options. Like I want to use AI to not be in need to hire an expert, right? But I also thought about it because even if we automate everything with AI, we still have some orchestration, some influence to be had. And this is again limited, so you just like move the goalpost, but you're still ultimately limited. Because I was thinking a lot about this idea of the one person, $1 billion company, which is thrown around in the AI space a lot. And yeah, I kind of really like the just like the challenge of it, like because like AI making money and stuff is one thing, but AI building like $1 billion company would mean that you have some okay, that's we're off to a good start. I also like that how the intercom button is like overflowing everything. Let's try again. Home, new app. Okay. Stream planner. Let me see if I have another description. Maybe that threw him off. Maybe it's just too much to ask. Modern style, breakdown, content creation, AI analysis. No, that's not that. AI stream planner. There we go. Develop a modern user-friendly. Okay. There we go. One sentence. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. Okay. Let's see. Is conversationally a word? Well, let's see. Content creators. Easy mode chat CN. Yeah, modern and sleek, not too checky looking. Okay, last try. So what I actually did want to say, I don't even know where we went off. Yeah. So thing is, I don't. I think it was the bottleneck human. Yeah. So I kind of find the idea interesting to have this $1 billion company, which would mean that you have a company that makes $100 million a year in some form of like revenue that's safe. And doing this on your own, like you can have like one customer that pays you 100 million, but that's not going to happen. And that's also like not a business that would be valued at $1 billion. You can have 100 customers that pay you $1 million a year. That might be more achievable, depending. Like if you're enterprise size and you have like 100 Fortune 500 customers that pay you, let's say, what would it be, like 100K a month, because they pay $10 for 10,000 users. Yeah, so data button is out. Thanks for that. Then you might be able to reach 100 million, and I can see a world where you can manage this alone with a lot of AI tooling. So you can do customer support with AI. You can do create documentation and stuff. Can also let AI basically at some point code all the applications and all the details and features and stuff. You can have definitely AI do all the accounting for you. Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like I find it interesting just to think about that idea. What would it take? Because now, if you have $100 million a year company, you have a lot of sales and marketing and account management to do and stuff. So there is still a lot of human involvement. But who knows? Maybe like in the future, AI buys from AI just to make your company run, and then stuff is automated anyway. We only have like electricity spent in sizes of a small country to create an offer that's then declined by AI, to create another offer that's then accepted by AI, to be processed by AI, to be shipped by AI delivery drones. So yeah, who knows? It's definitely interesting to follow. But yeah, the whole idea, just like this concept of like a one person, $1 billion company, I find it fairly interesting. Okay, with the data stuff out of the way, we have, I think, several other interesting parts. So let's quickly jump into our simple implementation. Did I close it? No. Cursor got an update. So I think get in here. No, it's don't I have the update yet? Can I check for updates? Maybe I just close it. But I open it up. What do I have to do to get the update? Because it should have a different chat interface. Which version do I have? Can I see this? Help. Where can I see this? About Cursor, man. So is it just blind? So which is the latest version? Block. So Cursor bought SuperMaven, by the way. SuperMaven is a coding extension which has their own model. It's fairly quick and auto completion and stuff. So they joining Cursor is, I think, kind of a good idea by them. Well, where's the latest release? Cursor agent. Cursor Composer agent v43.3 and we have 42.5. Why is that? And how can I change that? Sources. Beta. AI review. No. How can I update this? I just don't know the other one. Download for Mac. Oh, but it is. Is it still in beta? Do I have to get the? That's not what we need actually. How do I get this? Like, how to get cursor for 3. Is it 0 for 3.3? Maybe it's not in Germany? How to update? We're rolling out in batches, so expect the next couple of days. That's sad. I thought I can just try it out. It's not our day for all the coding tools, is it? Damn it. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, so then it's actually nothing I can do as far as I can see. Then we get to Windsurf. Windsurf is by Codium. I actually don't know what did they do before. They have okay, they added extensions. In live. No, okay. Code review assistance. Are they new? Interesting. I thought I've heard the company. Windsurf is basically also the agent stuff. So, but what they try to achieve is to keep you in the flow. So it tries to use AI to augment what you do. To be honest, I'm not sure how well this will work and how it even does work. It is also a Visual Studio. It's also a Visual Studio fork. It's on all systems, so Apple Silicon, yeah, that's what we're going for. Let's see. Maybe we should also fork something. One thing I would love to have one day is for AI to be good to a degree that we can get rid of classical UI and simplify stuff and have, like I said, like the whole notion should be like to focus more on value creation and see the relevant stuff. Because a lot of UI, a lot of things that we have are just like helpers and tools that we use to understand data better, to visualize data, to like structured code and stuff. So if you abstract this away, basically you could write like everything in C if you don't have to write it anymore, right? So if you have an AI that's like building out memory saved C code, which sounds insane, but at some point it will be able to do that, then every application will basically be ridiculously fast because we don't need to have any abstraction layers anymore because we don't code ourselves, and the AI is able to do everything really well in the most basic language, basically. Come up with libraries and stuff. So for example, in AI, I stopped using libraries at all because I'm really triggered by all the package changes over time. So yeah. Did we install it? No, we downloaded it. So no, we did install it. So let's try Windsurf. There we go. Open up. I'm not sure. Do we need subscription pricing? 1 seat, install per month forever. Okay. Where's the mosquito coming from? We have it's cold outside. And everything's closed. Okay, never mind. So sorry for me waving here around. There is a pro seat, unlimited access to larger Codium models. Oh, they have their own models. That's interesting. Unlimited AI edited. So let's just start the free trial. I want the full experience right out of the gate. Sadly, they don't have GitHub login. Your current role. Engineer leadership. I like that one. How long you've been writing code? 10 plus years. Jesus, time flies by. Tell you that. How did you hear about Codium? YouTube. There we go. I get all the information from YouTube, basically. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's nothing goes without payment, right? Where's my phone? Give me a second. Okay, there we go. It's kind of scary to see how quickly you can spend money nowadays. Okay, so we have the pro version here, so let's try it out, shall we? It gets kind of crowded here. I also have that, which I actually use for opening files, and then use as a text editor, which is a Rust-based code editor, and yeah, it's actually fast. Get started. Import from cursor. I don't know. Okay. Dark. Next. Login. Yeah. Go. Hi Edgar. Let's surf. Okay. Cascade. Kick off a new project or make changes across your entire code base. New to Cascade. Test it out with a test workspace. Oh. Okay. Why not? What is a 2048 game? Zoom in a bit for you. Okay, but I don't have to put in my own keys for the money. That's actually really cool, because that, like, I actually canceled Cursor. I still have it like for 2 weeks or something, but I found it annoying that I have to pay them like what was it, like 10, 15 bucks a month or something, and I use my own API keys anyway, so I don't think that's a good experience. Changes are saved. Okay, so you created the files, accept all, and to play, use the arrow keys, merge tiles the same value to reach the 2048 tile. The game ends. Would you like me to? No. Let's now just try start the game. Okay. Oh, interesting. There we go. Yeah, that worked. I have no clue how to play this. Jeez. Okay. what was the game should be open? Oh, yeah. Use the arrow to move the tiles. Match identical numbers to merge them and increase your score. Try to reach the 2848 tile to win. That's a new game. So actually move that tile down. I merged. Okay. I merged that tile and moved that tile down. Okay. So you just smash them all together. Okay, I don't get the game, but so I think it looks right. Okay, I'm not here for playing that. Interesting. So yeah, that worked well. What I would love to now do is like give it something a bit more. So I think you can add images, right? So let me quickly try this one, because that's one function I use with Bolted New a lot. Let's take this one. I like redefine the theme according to this image. Let's see. Updates the styles. That's I think it's pretty cool that he just finds the right file, which is to a degree easy that I think Cursor would do the same even before the agent stuff. So I find it kind of slow, to be honest. Like Cursor is a lot faster. But yeah, he actually got some colors, got some hues. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I think. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I got the colors. That's for sure. Okay, cool. Let's go back. Let's get a bit juicy now, shall we? Let's open a folder. Give me a quick sec. Open a folder. Downloads. Development. AI. Stream planner. Let's see how far we can take this. I'm actually curious. Yes. So let's zoom in. I think that's fine. Like, what can I mention? Okay, I can mention files. I can code context directories. Like, one thing I love in Cursor is how you can just add new docs. I use this all the time. If you have any documentation you need to actually integrate and use, this is like hugely helpful, because you can load up any web URL as your doc. He indexes this automatically, and then has access to basically a React database with the documentations. And Cursor already has natively a lot of the code documentations like OpenAI and LangChain and stuff already in there. Sorry. Which is highly helpful. But yeah, for that, let me quickly copy over something. Where we go? Mentor, there we go. I know we wanted the stream planner. Okay, let's go with the stream planner. Concept. There we go. App, close. Concept, file schema. Let's quickly throw this over here. So we have the markdown. Files, concept. I want to implement this concept. Let's just like be as vague as possible. Let's see what he does. First, let me check the contents of the file to understand what we need. I see that we need to implement stream podcast planner, SQLite. First, there's already project structure in place. Okay, this is already something I actually really like, that he's executing stuff. I can let it execute stuff which it comes up with itself. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Contains files. Okay, now he's setting up stuff manually. I don't like this one at all. Let me quickly. New folder docs. Okay. Jeez. Oh, he checked that the early location is wrong, found the right file, and oh, that's cool. I like that. Okay. Calling it Cascade is actually pretty damn good. Here's some issues. Would you like to use it? Okay. Yeah. That's something I like. I would love to edit this. Okay, let's just create a new one. So, add files concept. Please implement this in a subfolder called planner. Yeah, it's just like create a subfolder. We can then like move it out of there afterwards. Yeah, oh, that's dumb. That's not the right command. Did it work? No. Okay. Let's just let him cook. Let him cook. So what he seems to struggle with is if your command line gives you something back. Huh. To be fair, this is kind of cool. Well, to be fair, he didn't set up the Next.js app properly, so let's see how he deals with that. It just manually creates everything. Okay. You go, boy. Interesting. Okay, cool. I wasn't even aware that you can just like mcard your like the whole structure with 2 commands. Cool. But yeah, makes sense, of course. But I'm 100% sure this will not work properly. Because, like, why don't you just set up the... But so far, like it's working better than Bolt, but because Bolt wasn't able to do SQLite interface whatsoever. Yeah. Jeez. No such file. Yeah, we have to cd planner. Okay. Okay. Never. This won't. No. Yeah, that's what I thought. No way this works. Okay. Let's try that a bit different, shall we? Move to trash. Let's just do that one. And actually, we have to cd out. Oh, we're now trash, damn it. Okay, let's create a new terminal. There we go. So let's go in here. Would you use Turbo Pack? No. No, that's not what I wanted. No, import alias. No, it's fine. So now, because now he's setting up stuff with a source directory. I don't like the source directory. But yeah, it's also not like highly disturbing. There's only app in there, right? So, oh no, that's not gonna work. Yeah. Okay, we'll just keep it like this. So, once again, fuck. How do we open this? There we go. Add mention files concept. I have set up basic Next.js app. Please now implement this concept. Let's see. But to be honest, it looks fairly promising. So whatever they are doing here is interesting. It's different. As far as I know, the agents by Cursor are on the same path, but yeah, let's see. I just want a running application, like just for once. That would be nice, because the concept is okay. Like it's fairly complete. And I'm also not the biggest fan of using Prisma, to be honest, but that's what we're going with now, I guess. So he wants to... now he's going for Drizzle. That's what I thought also is in there, because I think I threw out Prisma altogether. I like Drizzle for being close to SQL or SQL. npm error, could not resolve dependency. Legacy peer deps. Can't go without it. I think at some point I just revert back to using standard HTML and JavaScript. Jesus Christ. This whole package management is just like ridiculous. But yeah, this won't work now. I kind of like how it's also abstracting away all this terminal usage for you. That's already a huge win, to be honest. Because it's like, it's not breaking your flow, and that's what they aim for, right? Interesting, really interesting. Main layout, sidebar layout, page. This is also not like... Oh, you have a chat mode and you have a write mode. Okay, interesting. Let's see if it runs. It runs. It actually runs. Well, let's have a look at it, right? Shall we? Localhost 3000. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, it's not functional yet. But at least it works. I'm kind of impressed. Okay, cool. So one last try. Yeah, go for it, boy. You've actually done it. Apply a theme that matches look and feel of this logo. You will soon know what this logo is about and why I'm throwing it around. Community launches next week, so yeah, stay tuned. Actually, and I'm kind of excited, and I hope to deliver some extra value this year already and through all the next years. Yeah, let's see. Actually, this is looking awesome, like really awesome for how it is working and how it's approaching that. And I'm pretty sure they are not only using Claude for that, because like all the analysis part and stuff. This is really sophisticated. I'm actually stunned that it actually runs or like. And I'm fairly sure it's like, yeah, he just created like the simple sample pages and the database and stuff. So it would be really interesting to see how to do the next steps, because that's what he was suggesting. This is of course not ideal. That the terminal, like it's running here, and you can basically say, okay, let's see what we got now. Oh yeah, this looks nice. Cool. Page not found. Okay. This is cool. I'll test this a bit more, or maybe we do a coding stream on Monday or something where we try to implement the whole application and see how far we come. This is amazing. Cool. I like the whole paradigm and how it works. Like I'm not like, it's not only about the result. I think we might have gotten bold to a similar result. What I'm stoked about is the way they implement this and how this works behind the scenes. So I at least like can imagine how this works, and I find this fairly interesting, to say the least. Really cool, really cool. So yeah, I think we leave it with that. We had already like 2 hours, and it's like 12:30 a.m. So yeah, time to go to bed. Thank you very much for everyone who's still listening, and for everyone who was listening before, and for everyone who watched the video on YouTube if you did. So still learning, still trying to figure out the streaming stuff and the good setup. That being said, really glad to be able to do this, and hope you have a really nice evening, night, wherever you are. Wish you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll be back soon with a lot more content. So thank you very much.